police. Okay, we'll forget that. Okay, let's we forget. Look at that. Okay, so we're not going to show the face. We'll call you Jack. So Jack, lest we forget, then I see a poppy here, and we had in Fredericton a major problem with a copyright infringement with that girl that wanted to do some, what do you call it, knitting, and the Legion was all upset. So, looks like you're allowed to put the poppy there? Or?
Well, I contacted the Legion Dominion Command through the St. John office, the Royal Canadian Legion, and sent them a copy of what you've just seen, the Lest We Forget bumper sticker. The individual that took that picture, of which we developed the sticker around, was in Vimy Ridge, atop Hill 145. And for veterans, they will remember where Hill 145 is. For people who don't know where it is, it's in France. It's the defining moment, as the Veterans Affairs Minister said, basically, not quote unquote, but paraphrased, that established Canada as a military country. And the recognition of the blood lost there. My daughter had put 125 plus little paper flags that we give to kids proudly in Canada on Canada Day on Canadian grave markers when she was there. And when she was getting ready to leave the site for the day, she came across this little small cross which says "In Remembrance," and it has the British poppy, which is the 2-leaf poppy, instead of the 4-leaf Canadian poppy on it. Okay, okay. So there is a difference.
There is a difference, yes. Okay.
We sent this bumper sticker design to the Legion and said, for $2, I can get them produced, and we can get them to you as the Legion for across Canada. And then from there, if you want to sell them for a $3 profit to your membership and have them out there so that we spread the message, which is what all of the poppies are, spreading the message of remembrance of those who have gone before us and those who have stayed and those who have also suffered war injuries, PTSD, chronic incident stress, amputees, multiple amputees, so that we could get some funds to help their programs.
So you will take those stickers, it will cost you how much?
$2 a piece.
It will cost you $2 a piece, and you're ready to make 50 stickers.
I would make 1,000 stickers.
1,000 stickers. Who pay for it?
I would pay the initial, and then they would turn around and they would pay me the $2, and then they would sell them for the $3 profit.
So they would make a $3 profit. Just out of $5.
Yep.
And so that was an idea to help gain some money, collect some money for the the veterans.
For any of the veterans.
Any of the veterans. So they want to make a $3 profit off a sticker.
Right.
So what'd they say?
I got back from the Dominion Command in Ottawa that this sticker does not meet the criteria of remembrance.
It doesn't?
Although it comes from atop Hill 145 at Vimy, Canada's most decisive moment in battle. And that if I used it, or anybody used it, much like the ladies knitting, the poppies, it would be in a copyright trademark infringement. What's interesting is if somebody does research and they find that you change a trademark by 3% overall, it is no longer an infringement, from what I've been told. However, this is a British poppy, not a Canadian poppy. And if you go to the Legion site, you'll see that they have poppies with their symbol on pool cues, sunglasses maybe made in China.
Oh, really?
Jean jackets.
Made in China.
All for sale. What does that have to do with remembrance? I think it's a protectionary thing myself, and I think that the reason why they want to do this is so that they have the only say. However, they're cutting off their nose in spite of their face.
Is it time for the veterans to get on with the times?
I think it's not the veterans themselves, but I think it's the upper echelons within the organization. One member of a motorcycle group made of veterans in Ontario sent me some information and said basically a few years ago the Royal Canadian Legion donated $250,000. I think it was to the Caribbean Veterans Association. That same year they donated $75,000 to Canadian veterans. Okay. One other thing, Charles, which is interesting, and I have neither been able to confirm nor deny it, but I was talking with a historian. There is some sort of, whether it's a fable or whether it's factual, I don't know, but apparently Hitler, during the start of the Second World War, posted SS troops at Hill 145 to protect the monument because of the sacrifice made by Canadians. Now, like I say, I haven't been able to prove it or disprove it, but if that was the case, you know what? This image is a very powerful image. We faded out the left-hand side because the memory is getting further and further and further out of view. We bought the concrete, the cold concrete, which is the ground that they're in.
That's the difference, right?
That's the original right there, and we faded this out.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how much more Canadian you can get in memory and remembrance of sacrifices made than a small cross coming from Vimy Ridge. The other thing I'd like to say is, if Legion can copyright a trademark of a poppy, what's to stop the Christchurch Cathedral from registering a trademark of the cross and saying that nobody can use that image to raise money for their church or any organization? Okay, just ridiculous. And I think that what the women were doing knitting, and my wife has one, was beautiful. The intent was there. They've raised money. The money that I've raised, because the Legion here has turned around and said, no, you can't do that, is going to the wounded warriors. Our boys and girls deserve better. And the Legion, because of a bureaucrat sitting up in Ottawa who may or may not have been a veteran, saying, hey, we own this image, you don't own this image.
No, especially when
this young lady owns this image.
Yeah. That's so well said, we'll leave it at that. Keep up the good work.
There you go.